Hi there, my name is Tony Hayes and I'm the owner of Mass Media SEO, which is a press release distribution service, and we focus on SEO press releases. And what I mean by that is that you need to have a very good network distribution, which you can see here, the sites that we sort of distribute to, but we also need to build in some SEO elements so that we can get fast rankings on Google, especially within sort of Google News search. Those are quite easy to get, but to be able to keep rankings, to be able to keep things at the top of the search engines, we need to do some additional SEO things too. So what I've done is I've created a sort of smaller version of a tool that we use quite a lot. This is a proprietary tool that we have created, and I'm going to give this away for anybody who wants to get a copy, and I'm going to show you now how to use it. Okay, now I've called this pre-launch gift IFTTT because it's actually going to be part of a sort of pre-launch of the main software, which has a lot more features in it. But this free version is very useful. Just because it's free, don't discount it as being low value. It's actually very high value, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you right now. Okay, so what we can see here is that we can fill in details for a website called IFTTT.com. Now, if you don't know what IFTTT is, let me just show you. If I come over here, and I'm actually logged into IFTTT.com, you can see the websites that IFTTT connect to. Okay, they call these channels. Now, what IFTTT does is it will trigger events based on what you tell it to. For example, if I make a new post on Blogger, I can tell IFTTT, then make that go and post to Facebook. If I make a new upload a new video to YouTube, I can tell IFTTT to make that post over to LinkedIn. If I make a new post on my WordPress blog, I can make it go out and post into my fan page. Okay, that's what IFTTT does essentially. It does what they call trigger and actions. Okay, so what we need to do to be able to make that happen is to set up what they call recipes. Okay, so let's just go into recipes here, and we will set one up manually, and then I'm going to show you how the software does all the hard work for you. Okay, so what we can do is we can click on create recipe and click on this. And so, for example, I'm going to choose, if I make a new post on Tumblr, to add, or actually let's do something a little bit more familiar for you guys. Let's just say we make a new post on YouTube, for example. Okay, and then what I'm going to do for new video, I'm going to choose new video uploaded, and then what I'm going to do after I've created that trigger is make it go and post over to Twitter, for example. Okay, and we can post the tweet, and we can choose in here what we want to post in here. Now, Twitter's a little bit restricted because we've only got 140 characters, so I'm going to leave it just title and URL, and I'm going to create that action. So what that means is anytime I upload a new video to YouTube, IFTTT will come and take that video and post the link over to Twitter. Okay, that's how it works. Now, we can do this in a lot of different ways, because when we go up here and we see the channels, I'm just going to click on here. I don't actually want to activate that one because I want to use the software later to do all that work for me. When we come and look at the channels in here, what you can see is that we can do all kinds of variations. I can make YouTube post to Facebook fan pages. I can get it bookmarked on Deagle and Delicious. I can make it post over to Blogger, for example. And I can do the same if I post on a WordPress blog or Tumblr, or even if I do something from Facebook first, I can do that too. Okay, so that's basically what IFTTT does, and the way that it works is because it does a data run every 15 minutes for the accounts that you activate within there. Okay, so if I wanted to activate an account, basically what I would do is just basically come over to where it says all over here. I'm just going to see if I can find one I don't have activated right now. I'm going to choose this one, Dig. Okay, and I'm going to click on activate. and it will ask me to sign in. So I'm going to sign in with, let me sign in with Google. I'll try that. And I'm going to choose this one here for my Google account and authorize. And it's as easy as that. Now I've got that channel activated. Okay, so when I come back over to my channels and I click on the one that says activated, Dig should now appear in here. So I've got further syndication, and Dig is like a almost like a bookmark site. It's like a news site in a way, but it's very, very good to get your content syndicated over there. Okay, so that's basically how we add these different websites into the IFTTT platform so that it will distribute. Now, what the tool does is it's going to create the recipes that I have personally set up so that they will give us the maximum impact for syndication, okay? The maximum impact for hands-free syndication. And we can do this in multiple ways, because the way I have built it is that I'm using the feed as the trigger at the very, very beginning. So, for example, I can put in any feed, RSS feed in here, and the way to get an RSS feed is very, very simple. You can just go and simply search on Google for RSS feed generator and you will find one. I've also got a tool, a website that's got RSS feed generators in here. You can get one for your Google Plus RSS feeds. This is free, free website. You can come and use any of the tools in here. We've got YouTube RSS feed tool in here as well. So what I can do is I can mix up various elements of my RSS feeds. Okay, so maybe I want to do from here my main channel, and I'm just going to put the channel name, and I'm going to do one for mass media. Okay, and I'm going to choose videos, channels, favorites, playlists, and click on submit. And that is giving me all the RSS feeds in here that I might be interested to use. Okay, it's automatically generated those for me. Now what I can do is I can shorten this into one main RSS feed, and that means from all of my different YouTube channels that I've added in there, for anything I favorite, for anything that is in a playlist, etc., etc., then it will all automatically be created into one RSS feed, and it will be syndicated once I use the software. Okay, but to keep it really, really simple for you, let's just take it, for example, if I'm doing it from WordPress. Now, if any WordPress site that you've got, the feed usually will look something like this: your website URL and then something like feed /feed. So if I wanted to use my main site, for example, it would be anthonyhayes.me /feed. Okay, I'm going to take that and I'm going to put that into this tool as the RSS feed. Now I suggest that you combine several RSS feeds together. If you can't find somewhere to be able to combine the feeds, or if you find that Commando Chip Tools is not suitable for you, you can go to a website here called chimpfeeder.com, and you can put in various feeds in here. Just put that in there again. I can put in anthonyhayes.me. Oops, I've got a typo in there, and add the feed. Okay, and you can see here it's automatically pulled that in. So for example, if I want to add that in with maybe another site that's an authority site in my niche, what I can do is I can come over here and I can go to YouTube. Oh, let's go to youtube.com. And in here, for example, I can go to Moz, I think it's Moz HQ, which is an authority site in the search engine niche. And basically I can take his URL here. I'll just take Moz HQ. And I'm actually going to do this from the Commando Tube Tool site. Just going to go back here. And I post that in here. Submit. And I can get feeds from Moz. I'm going to take the top one here. And I can come back over to Chimp Feeder and put that one in here. And once the feed has been added, you can see here what the names are as well. So you can see basically there's any uploads by Moz. Okay, and let's do one more. Let's do one from Mass Media SEO, and we'll mix that up as well. So I'll come back over here. I'll go back. And we're going to put Mass Media SEO. And I'm going to do this time just videos. And then what I'm doing is basically I'm just mixing it up, and it's deliberately done so that we can mix up the content from different feeds, from different places, and it will give us a little bit more flex. It'll give us a little bit more variety. Okay, then I'll click on this chomp. It will ask me for a name, and I'm going to call this one SEO Tips, something like that. That name, SEO Tips, will appear in the URL here. Okay, so I can take my URL, just copy link location, and I can come back over to the tool, and I just put that in here. So now I've got a mixture of content going to be syndicated whenever I make a new blog post on my main blog, whenever Moz HQ puts a new video up, or whenever we post something, publish something on the Mass Media SEO YouTube channel. Okay, so we've got a nice mix in there, and what you can see down here is that we got what we call anchor tag. Now let me show you what that is and why it's there. If I come over to IFTTT and I click on create a recipe, I have to go to the username, click on create, and I click on this. And if I was to come down here and do this manually, I would have to choose this feed option, and then I would have to choose new feed item, and I'd post that in here and create the trigger, and then I would click on that. And for example, I want to make that post over to Blogger next. Then I create a new post, and when we come in here, what you will see is that the title will be the entry title, and then we'll have the content, then we'll have the feed title, we will have the entry URL. That's a link going back to the last place where it was published from. Okay, so whether it came from Moz or whether it came from Mass Media SEO YouTube channel, or whether it came from AnthonyHayes.me, there would be a link going back there. Okay, so I'm going to take out the feed title here. I don't want the feed title. We've already got an entry title, and this area here, you will find that IFTTT always put this in. Okay, and what we can do instead is that we can put our own link in here. So what we can do now is come back over to the software, and you can see here that I've put a link in already, and this one is for a case study blog post that we did. It's actually got 3 webinar replays in there that we did on press release SEO. Okay, so what I want to do is maybe get links going back to that particular post, and I'm going to put in here press release SEO, and that gives me the anchor text already here. Now if I'm going to post directly from this particular software that is going to go and create what they call those recipes, then this automatically will get filled in for me. But if I was to do that manually, I would have to come over here and post that in here, but it does all that HTML stuff for you, and that way there's no confusion how to use it, how to create the HTML if you don't know how to. Okay, and we can also get an opportunity here to put what we call an outbound authority link. Now in here, what we can do is we can put in a link to maybe Search Engine Land or Moz or whatever the authority may be in your niche. If you're doing dog training, for example, it might be for a website called Caesar's Way, which is a real authority in the dog training niche, okay? If it's in a different niche, you will need to find the authority YouTube channels, authority websites within that niche, the ones that are really popular, the ones that have got high rankings, the one that are really influential within your niche, okay? But in this instance, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of being able to link to my main YouTube channel, which is not the mass media SEO one. This is my SEO training one, and I'm going to put in here SEO training videos, okay? And that way I've got some links going to my main YouTube channel, where I've got probably about 400 public free SEO training videos in there, okay? So what I'll do is come back over to my tool, and I've got that in here, and I've got that for the anchor text for the press release case study, and I've got a link going to my main YouTube channel. Now if I can back over to IFTTT, if I was to do that manually, I would have to sit and do all that, okay? And I would have to put in the labels which are tags. So I would put in things like SEO training, tutorials, videos, etc, 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 okay? Now I have to do that manually, and when I create that action, what I need to do next then is make it do something from Blogger to somewhere else. So I've already created one recipe, and I would have to go and create another one, and this time would be from Blogger to somewhere else, and then we'd have to just keep going on and doing this manually. But that takes a lot of thought process, and if you're not used to doing this, then it can be a little bit tricky, because maybe you're not so familiar with SEO, for example. Fortunately, I am, and so what I've done is I've created the tool to go and do all that hard work for us, okay? So what I'm going to do, once I've put my username and password for IFTTT.com, I've put in my feed URL, I put in my anchor text in here, all I have to do is click on this button, and it will go and create all those recipes for me. Okay, and it will make syndication of all of these. Okay, I'm going to close that one because I forgot to set up the buffer. But everything else should go ahead, and you can see it's very, very fast to go and do this. So whenever I make a new post, or even if Moz HQ uploads a new video, or if I upload a video to my main YouTube channel, then the RSS feed that we set up here will make it post into Blogger. That gives me a variation of my content. Okay, and from Blogger, then it will get bookmarked by Delicious, it will get bookmarked by Deagle, it will make a post over to a Facebook fan page that I've assigned, it will make a post over to Facebook main profile that I've assigned, it will get, I've got a double one here actually, I think I must have had this set up before, this is Deagle bookmark one more time, it will make a post to Tumblr, and here I've put in an additional 2 YouTube recipes as well, okay? This is if you upload a new video, and this is if you favorite a video. Now what you can do with this one is use a different YouTube channel from the one that I've used in the RSS feed, or if you're not using a YouTube channel in an RSS feed, then anything you upload to the connected YouTube channel within this IFTTT.com account, then if it's uploaded or favorited, it will post to Blogger, and it will go off in this syndication as well. And that means that you're getting some nice syndication, which is completely hands-free and has a lot of value by being able to do that, because a lot of people have WordPress plugins that will achieve less, but will actually slow down your site. You don't need to use a WordPress plugin to do this anymore. It's doing it all for you, and there is a good solid SEO strategy behind it, okay? So that's basically how it works. I do need to go back over to the account and activate the buffer one, but that's basically how it works, and it's a very, very good little tool, and you can do this with as many IFTTT accounts as you want. Now if you want the sort of professional version of this one, this particular tool, what we've got is a tool called IFTTT Backlink Commando, and you can see here we've got 6 different SEO strategies, and we also got the ability to post over to OnlyWire. We've got chimp feeder built in here, and we've got a tab here called bulk ping, which does RSS directory posts. Now we're not actually using bulk ping anymore because it's no longer working bulk ping, but we're using a different service, and you can get 27 RSS directory links. I just need to change the name on that. And then there's another tool that helps you to favorite your videos, your older videos, which will send it off in that syndication as well once you have got that set up. Okay, and here you can put in your settings for your general settings to make it start and enable scheduled tasks, and for capture solving as well. Okay, you can even add in some proxies in here, and the main part of this particular tool is that it creates the IFTTT accounts for you. Now this is big, because if you want to get IFTTT accounts created, normally what you would have to do is go over to somewhere like Fiverr.com, and it will cost you $5 every time to get one done. Okay, this way you can create them on the fly. You can have this running all day long. As long as you've got some captures and as long as you've got some proxies, it will just keep creating the accounts for you. Okay, and you can see it's pretty successful and its success rate here. And once these accounts are created, if I want to come and do some syndication or create a syndication strategy, I can just simply choose whichever one I want that I've created, and it will do that syndication for me. Okay, and this is a very quick, very easy way to do that, and this tool is available at $77. I'll put the link inside the description for this YouTube video. And this does make a huge difference because it saves a lot of messing about, and if you just follow the step-by-step videos, then by the end of this you can have, you know, hundreds of IFTTT accounts doing some really crazy SEO syndication, and you just keep creating as many as you want in any niche that you want for any sort of campaigns that you want as well. You can go and create a lot of these. What I do suggest you do is watch the tutorial videos very closely for this one, so that you do it nicely and you do it according to the way I recommend, and that way you can keep safe while doing it. Okay, so that's the end of this particular video. If I just come back over, you can see that we've called this one the blogger feed blogger recipes. Just one more thing before I go away is that you need to, what I would suggest you create a very good or half decent blogger account. And what I've done here is I've set one up, and you can see I've put in here a custom theme. It's pretty minimal, but at the same time it's good enough for what I want to do. And you can see that all that syndication has been happening previously. Okay, now there's a lot of value in this, because if I just come over to Chrome for a second and I go into Blogger inside Chrome, I want to show you something about the traffic that can be achieved just by doing this particular syndication. You can see here that I've only got 7 posts, and actually 4 of them were in the last 3 days. I've sort of reactivated using this particular blogger account in the last week. But previously I had something like 2,200 views for only 3 posts. That's an additional 2,000 people that had seen my content, and it was all hands-free. Okay, this was completely hands-free. If I go over to view the blog, you can see here that I've spent a little bit of time, put some banners in here, put some things for popular posts, and it's definitely worth spending the 10 or 15 minutes needed to make a sort of half decent looking blogger account. But you can get some very good quality blogger themes as well. You can get magazine themes, you can get themes for getting people to opt in and things like that, and it's very good. It's very useful, and I don't have any tracking on this to see how many people actually opted in to get some free YouTube SEO software here, but I'm guessing it's been pretty high, because we get, you know, people subscribing for that particular piece of software every single day, and it's gone into the thousands by now. But I do have that opt-in form on various web 2.0 properties, as well as on some websites that I own. Okay, but you can see the value of it just by doing this little strategy. There was, you know, I can guarantee there was more than 2,000 views just from 3 blog posts in here, because we've just started to use this again. And you can see here that one is the 4th of October, this is 29th of September, and this one what date was on this one. Yeah, I'm not seeing the date now, 21st of September. And as I scroll down, you can see I've got 5 posts in September. Then before that was December 2013. Okay, and today is the 5th of October 2014. So up until we started doing these other posts, we started the syndication again to this particular blogger account. I had over 2,000 views just for, you know, very small amount of content, but with some marketing elements built in here for to use this particular tool, okay, to be able to go and get some free tools, sorry, okay. So that's it, basically. That's how we can use this free software. I know this video has been a little bit long, but there's a lot to explain in the offer to get the free tool, and also I would highly recommend that you do take a look at this particular tool for IFTTT Backlink Commando, and I will put a link inside the description area. And this way you can really take things on a scale. You can scale it up so far. You can go and create hundreds of IFTTT accounts, and if you follow the instruction videos that I've got in the membership site for this one, then you can really take this whole strategy to a completely new level, okay, and you don't need to pay to get your accounts done anywhere. Okay, so that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.